I just watched the new Amazing Digital Circus episode and I came up with theories. They may not be good theories, but they're theories. So we know that the mannequin character in the new episode is named Abel, and that he was a programmer of the digital circus. His name could be referenced to the company CNA, which made the digital circus, which could stand for Cain, the ringmaster of the circus, and Abel. This leads me to believe that Abel is actually the main programmer for the circus, with Kinger. I'll explain this later. Now you might be thinking, but they said that Abel wasn't an NPC. But that's what they want you to think. It's propaganda. Probably. What if the whole adventure was actually real, but Cain caught on to their plan? And we know how Cain could hypothetically abstract people on purpose. So what if he caught on to their plan and abstracted Abel, and instead created a new NPC that was exactly similar to Abel, and used that as an excuse to make them think that the adventure was a lie? How did he make sure that they stayed, however? Well, Cain had the ability to control other people's minds, so he may have just did something to Jax and made sure that he pressed the button to make them all stay. Now, the thing I mentioned about Cain abstracting Abel could very well also be hinted at in the first episode. I saw a theory in the comments of the pilot which states Kaufmo may have just found the exit, but Cain abstracted him because he didn't want the others to know of the exit. He wanted to make them all stay. At the end of episode 7, Cain ends up abstracting Abel, as shown here. It could be referenced to the Bible, where Cain also deletes Abel in a way. What if this is foreshadowing, and Cain actually betrayed Abel and trapped him in the simulation himself? You know how Kinger worked with Abel, but what if Kinger was actually the real life Cain and named the ringmaster Cain after himself? He saw that Abel was getting all the praise and Abel was the better programmer. I mean,
Cain always did have trouble with cube collisions for some reason,
and decided to put Abel to one of the pods so that he wouldn't soak up all the attention, which explains why Abel didn't want to do anything with Kinger. Another theory on how Abel could have been trapped. Ragata mentions that Kinger has a lot of wisdom, and Abel replies saying, yeah, only when he uses it responsibly. This could mean that Cain, or Kinger, was the one who created the pods. Abel just wanted to create a fun roleplay game, but Cain took it to another level. He created the way to trap other people inside the circus. Maybe Abel was helping him, but when he knew what they had created, he decided he wanted to stop working with Cain. Cain was worried that Abel might destroy his plans, so Cain trapped him for asking too many questions, like Abel said. If you're thinking, then why is Kinger in the circus if he's Cain? Well, I theorize he sold his idea to government agencies or companies. He's decided to use Cain in their tests. Maybe they wanted control over their people. In fact, there could be multiple circuses. There may not only just be one. Maybe there's multiple circuses across the void, which is why Cain didn't want anyone going into the void, so that they didn't discover the other circuses. Now, Kinger, being one of the programs of the circus, could mean that Kinger knew the escape. So Cain could have made Kinger forget everything. Like how he can control their minds. He made Kinger forget everything. He didn't want his wisdom to be used to get other people to escape the circus. Maybe he made Kinger the way he is, losing all of his wisdom. But why would this effect not work in the dark? I don't know. Alright, I'm done. If you have any more theories, or could add on to my theories, which may have a lot of plot holes, please mention them in the comments. This is my first time making a theory, so I hope you've enjoyed it.